Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we are discussing why organizing data into tables in Excel is essential. I will also show you how to create this table for prepaid expenses so you can set the groundwork for using advanced tools like pivot tables. Using tables makes data analysis a breeze, allowing for easier filtering, sorting, and formatting. In our next video, I will show you how to create a pivot table to manage prepaid expenses and automate journal entry preparation at month's end. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Okay, before we build our awesome journal entry template, we need a solid foundation. This is the most critical step, and it all comes down to one simple rule: good data in, good data out. A pivot table needs clean, organized, and structured data to work its magic. What we're aiming for is a simple flat table. Let's walk through the columns you will need. Each header tells the pivot table what kind of info is in that column. First up, a contract ID or invoice ID. This needs to be a unique number for every single prepaid item. It helps tell them apart. Next, vendor or subscription name. This is just who you're paying: Adobe, Microsoft, your CRM tool, and so on. Then add a description. This is for your own notes. For instance, under the Adobe vendor, you might have a description like Creative Cloud or Acrobat Pro. Now for the money details. The total amount or payment is the full price you paid for that contract period. Monthly expense and the number of months in the contract are also very helpful to set up the formulas. Next up are your coding columns, which are essential for reporting. Add a main account code so you can map each expense to your chart of accounts, like 6510 software expenses. Alongside that, add a department code to track which team is responsible for the cost, like 30 for sales or 40 for marketing. This is how you start allocating costs across the business. To streamline your reporting even further, add a concatenated GL account column. This field automatically combines your coding into one stream. Using a simple formula, you can join the department code and the main account code, separating them with dashes. The result would look something like 020-6510. This single field is fantastic for creating reports that match the exact coding structure within your accounting software. You can also add project codes if your company uses project codes for expense tracking. It is also helpful to have a column with the contract dates. Here is the first key column for our automated report: accounting period. This column will contain the specific months and year this expense belongs to. So, if you have a 12-month contract starting in January, you will have a row for that one contract with the accounting period columns showing January 25, February 25, March 25, and so on. The total amount of your monthly expenses must equal your total payment for the contract. In each column, you will have your monthly amortization. This is the amount to be expensed for the specific period on that row. So, if you pay $12,000 for a yearly subscription, each month for that contract will have $1,000 in each column. This detailed, unpivoted structure is what lets the pivot table automatically generate a journal entry for any period you choose. Finally, toss in a status column. This is where you can tag a subscription as active, fully amortized, or to be reviewed. Trust me, this will be incredibly useful for filtering your report later. Once you have these columns set up, start filling in the rows. The more complete this data is, the more accurate your journal entry will be. All right, your data is prepped and looking sharp. You've got a clean, organized table with all your prepaid info. Now the fun part begins. First, you have to format your data as an official Excel table. This is a simple but game-changing step. Just click anywhere inside your dataset, go to the Home tab and click Format as Table. Pick any style you want. The reason we do this is that an official table automatically grows to include new rows you add later, which means your pivot table will always be up to date. Now it's time to start working on the pivot table. Just to give you a quick preview, this is how our pivot table will look. This is our monthly journal entry template that can be easily updated every month with a single click. The pivot table immediately sums up the amortization amount for each GL account code and gives you a grand total at the bottom. This is your journal entry. Debit each account using the GL account code and credit your prepaid asset account for the grand total. That's all for today. If you've got any experience using Excel tables, I'd love to hear about it. Please leave a comment below. Also, be sure to check out my other videos on financial accounting and Excel tips and tricks to take your skills to the next level. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all again in the next video.